No introduction, just an invitation. You're invited to introspection, internal inquiry, past the individual to the indivisible, inner innocence, intuitive intelligence, instantly inspiring, going inwardly to infinity, including all inclusively. It's ingrained inherently. No sin within, no end to win. Yet invincible, instantly inspiring. See into seeing from the invisibility. Invariably inclusively. Inhabiting the inside of all of me. It dives into the divine, into the information, impregnate, intercede with the inconceivable, incubating the indefinable. Gradually, the incomplete becomes intolerable. The end of the inauthentic is inescapable. With some insistence, the innermost will be known as inseparable. Not incredible, indeed, inevitable. Innerly inspecting, investigating. Through the instrument of insight, tune in. Initial intensities indicating that the end of the influence of incorrect interpretation is incoming. Increasingly, the innate is inclined to its independence from the investment of the infected incident called the intellect. The interest in interpersonal interactions is interrupted. Remain indulged yet inactive. In tune yet inaudible. Without intention of income, come in just the coming in. Now no more words, just inwards. And I give thanks and praises to the Most High, Jah Rastafari, Lord of creation. All thanks and praises due to Jah Rastafari, fire burning illusion. Give thanks and praises to the Most High, Jah Rastafari, love is thy fragrance. All thanks and praises due to Jah Rastafari, dispel all delusion. All thanks and praises due to Jah. This fire burn all illusion, burn misconception, burn all confusion, natural meditation, firm contemplation, burn walls of illusion, burn the sense of separation, burn hesitation, burn frustration, burn agitation, burn temptation. All praises due to the Lord of creation. Recognize the source of all manifestation, and I give thanks and praises to the Most High, Jah Rastafari, Lord of creation, all thanks and praises due to Jah. Rastafari, fire burn illusion, give thanks and praises to the Most High. Jah Rastafari, love is thy fragrance, all thanks and praises due to Jah. Rastafari, dispel all delusion, burn the sense of ego, cut the roots of evil. Dedication to the truth is the upliftment of your people. Seeking you will find, but you search for within. In the fire of truth will burn everything. Burn selfishness, burn arrogance, burn bitterness, burn ignorance. Recognize the sickness, recognize the remedy, recognize the truth as it is and will ever be. I like it. Thanks and praises to the Most High. Jah Rastafari, Lord of creation. Thanks and praises to Jah. Rastafari, fire burn illusion. Give thanks and praises to the Most High. Jah Rastafari, love is thy fragrance. Thanks and praises to Jah. Rastafari, dispel all delusion. Jah live in everything. This is all Jah know. Jah live in I and I. This is all Jah know. Jah live in everything. This is all Jah know. Jah live as I and I. This is all Jah know. Give thanks and praises to the Most High. Jah Rastafari, Lord of creation. Thanks and praises due to Jah. Rastafari, fire burn illusion. Give thanks and praises to the Most High. Jah Rastafari, love is thy fragrance. Thanks and praises due to Jah. Rastafari, dispel all illusion. Thanks and praises to the Most High. Jah Rastafari, Lord of creation. Thanks and praises due to Jah. Alhamdulillah, Rabbil Alameen. Thanks and praises to the Most High. Jah Rastafari, love is thy fragrance. Thanks and praises to the Jah. Om Namah Shivaya, Shiva Om Namah. All thanks and praises due to Jah. All thanks and praises due to Jah. Jah Rastafari. Om Namah Shivaya. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Hallelujah. Ya jëf yàlla yàlla jërëjëf. Amiin. Om sant Om. Shalom. Jàmm ak salaam. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. La ilaha illallah. 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 Alhamdulillah. 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 Unwanted by the unwise, untrodden by the untrue, unloved by the unfit, unsparing to untruth. I am the undone, nothing to undo, nothing to hold on to. I am unto myself, unaffected, unaffiliated, unbound, unknown, unseen, unowned, unfound. No mind has unveiled me, to mind I am unavailable, unthinkable, unexplainable, unconveyable, unconceivable, the unassailable, undefeated, undefended, undefiled, undefinable, the unborn, undercover, to the world of unrevealed, unrecognized, yet it sets me unreal. I am seen unceasingly, without uncertainty. I am untouched, the untouchable, undoubtedly. The essence of my presence is forever unattained, the depth of my being eternally unstained. I am unfathomable, ever unobtained, ever uncontained. I remain unnamed. I am by myself, unsupported, unsustained, unassociated, unconstrained. All is seen in me, yet I am unobserved, ever unburdened, untroubled, undisturbed. My love is one, unshared, not unsharing, carefree, not uncaring. fire all-consuming, unbiased yet I'm unburned. My love is forever unconcerned, eternally whole, unhealed, untorn, ever blissful, never uncontented, unscorned. My love unconditional, unmatched, unmixed, unmeasurable, unshakable, unmovable, unbreakable, unprecious to the unkind, to whom I am unbearable, unexplored by the hateful, unsung by the ungrateful, unappreciated by the unfaithful, unsought by the unawake. I am unkept, unoccupied, I abide unacquired, unaffected by the illusion that holds most beings under hypnosis, not unapparent yet mostly unnoticed, untranscendent, all transcending. As I am beginningless, so am I unending, unlike anything, undifferentiated, unparented, childless, uncreated, timeless, unaging, unfading, undated, unplaceable, unaided. I know not sleep, I am unwoken, unheard, unsaid, understood, unspoken, undivided, unbroken, unlocked, unentered, unclosed, unopened. I am unseen in space, infinite sky untraveled, the mystery unto which I'm not to be unraveled. I am that folds, yet I stay unchanged. My reality untold, that I am to which the universe unfolds, yet I stay unchanged. My reality untold. My whole.
Thank you. Namaste everyone. Very warm welcome to Satsang today. Ki Jai. Anything else? You are. And in this there is nothing missing. We are looking for something that cannot disappear, that is always here. And as long as we keep looking for it, seemingly outwards, then we will not find it in this way. Where must the feet walk to find the feet? Where must the hands go to find the hands? So before you go looking for the self, you already are. And you always will be. That is the unchanging. The unchanging is never changing by definition. That makes it so simple, isn't it? Changing the eternal, the unborn. Then can we find it in the realm of the changing? So what is not changing? What is not changing? The real high is not changing. Yes, very good. Awareness, you're answering very good. Changing, affecting the unchanging in any way. So if that which is changing is not affecting the unchanging in any way, the real I, this awareness, is unchanging. Even through the changing of states, through all experiences. If you are not changing, world is changing, body is changing, emotions are changing, thoughts are changing, the states are changing. That which witnesses them, that which is aware of them, that remains unchanged. No matter what. And you see this. Every time you check, for most of you who've been in satsang, every time you check, you find this unchanging awareness. Between yourself and this awareness. So once the recognition is there, how is it that you still manage to make yourself suffer? So the mind offers an escape route. When this question is asked, so if the recognition is there, then how is it that you still manage to make yourself suffer? So the first response can be from the mind. No, I cannot suffer because I am the unchanging awareness. I cannot suffer. The second can be to check and to see what is at the root of this suffering. Because every time I check, I recognize that I am this awareness which cannot suffer in any way. Suffering is an alien concept for that which I truly am. So, what then happens? What is it that convinces me that life should be different, should be not how it is appearing? Is life itself, are these appearances called life? Is life itself saying it should be different? It is just what it is. It is just what it is. And nothing is resisting that. We've all found ourselves in very difficult seeming situations. And in those situations, the responses that were required also came. And the outcomes that were meant to happen also happened. So, what is it that is constantly saying, not like this, not like that, I wish it was like this, I wish it was like that, or this is wrong, this is very good, I want this, I don't want this? We've gotten used to this voice, you see. And even now it could be going, yes, yes, no, no, yeah, yes, no, yes, no, yes, this is good. No, really. So this one, we rely on this one for validation of who we are and whether we are on the right track or not. then we are just going to be led down the garden path again and again on this merry-go-round of individuality. So the recognition is very clear, and yet it is habit to believe, to identify, and that is magic. See, some sort of divine magic, Leela. That that one that we cannot find, that has become our addiction. And this that is always here, this seems like effort. That which we cannot find seems to have become more natural, and that which is effortless seems to become hard work. So much so that the inclination is to find freedom for the non existent one. Because one day maybe it'll become so happy that it'll shut up. It won't. We tried catering to every need of this non existent one, whose only representative is this mind's voice. Its stomach is never full. Always, what's next? What's next? What's next? This is good. This is bad. I want this. I want to keep this. I don't want to lose this. I don't want this. What is here that is prior to any of this? And we have bought a lot of lies from this mind and from the minds of seeming others. Even things like, without the mind, you would not eat, you would not take care of this body. It's not true. Suppose the mind suddenly started speaking Armenian or something. If the mind stops speaking in whatever language, English or whichever language your mind is speaking, and it suddenly started speaking another language, would you forget how to eat? Would you not experience hunger? Life is going independent of this mind. The mind is just an instrument which interprets and makes patterns where none exist. Everything is just a movement in consciousness. So that is the only pattern. That is all one being, one consciousness. The mind is designed to make a individual story where none really exists. To play as the identity is just to float on the surface, never really looking at the ocean of consciousness on which this tiny speck called the body mind is floating. To the mind, this emptiness is a very scary concept. And as you're recognizing yourself, you are recognizing that you're empty of all desire, all plan, all aversion, all opinion, empty even of all spiritual knowledge. And the mind fears this emptiness. So it is in this moment that it offers you a piece of candy. And it is in this moment that God chooses to remain as God, or God chooses to pretend to be a person. Just now, in this moment, this is what I want you to see. This right now, I am unassociated being. There are no conditions to your existence. There is no lack. There is no judgment. There is no freedom. There is no bondage. just now, in this divine moment, you are God. Have your own darshan. Let the fear come if it has to. Let the world burn if it has to. You stay here. Don't expect, don't push, don't avoid. Simply allow. Remain open. Have no concept about yourself. It's all about this just now. It's only about this. Appearances are appearing. You remain untouched. Not waiting, not trying, not getting anything. Only I am here. There is no you or me. Not resisting, not believing. You are here now. Drop all ideas. There is nothing you have to do. Can you lose this? Can you be lost? If you sense some suffering, it only means that you have picked up a belief. You cannot suffer without belief. You cannot suffer without an idea of you. Does not need an idea. And if you still feel that you can hold on to some idea, and drop this conditioning, then that is not possible. This liberation, the ending of conditioning, is the ending of all concepts about yourself. Sometimes I feel some of you want to sneak in. You want to sneak in with your favorite idea. I'm gonna take this quietly in my pocket and I'll just sneak in. I'm going to take some identity and just wrap it up in so much plastic that they will not get it. If you enter this plane, you will not be allowed to keep your identity in flight mode. I just feel like sometimes you tell me that, no, no, my, it's in flight mode. And quietly you're checking your messages. Stop checking the email of the non-existent one. Sometimes you have said, take this person away. And I said, yes, taken, but it'll still get letters. Don't read them. Once you recognize who you are, actually then conditioning is what? Just these old letters, you see, old email. Because you recognition means what? You know it is not for you. When you say, oh, I thought I lost this, but it's come back. It's not come back really, it's just a old letter. But whatever, just now you are free from all of it, isn't it? That's the beauty of this now. That's what I was saying yesterday that there is no such thing as the start of a moment. But just let's presume that this moment has a start. So at the start of every moment, you are free. Who is free? God is free. Now the Leela or the play is whether God will remain as I am or will pretend to be the identity. So what is God doing now? And the entire range of experiencing is available in this realm, is actually available even in this hangout, because some are in complete bliss hearing these words. Yeah. Some are feeling guilty, some are feeling good. All God, all one God, experiencing itself in all these various ways. One expression pretending to be the teacher, another expression pretending to be the student. The word pretending is very important. You see? Otherwise, all of this becomes too serious. If God actually became a person, just imagine the trouble we'd be in. Oh, God became a person. What do we do now? Okay, I'll allow all of you to keep one idea. Yeah? But there's a condition to this. All of you can one condition to this. This idea should be helpful in the removal of other ideas. Can you find such an idea? All of you can have one idea, one concept you can keep. And this concept should be a super concept, Superman, the strength of 100 men, whatever they used to say. So it should be helpful in removing other ideas. All the pointings in Satsang are just this. They're ideas to help you be free from all other ideas. The inquiry, who am I, is one such idea, one such thorn. The pointing, don't believe your next thought, is one such thought. Can you stop being now? Is one such thought. Am I aware now? I have taken ideas which have a strong energetic presence. A mantra like Ram, Om Namah Shivaya. Some have taken the idea, let thy will be done. So if you say that I'm having great trouble in sticking to this diet, then pick one of these health foods. That's the only concession we are making in this diet. Okay. Pick an idea, then don't switch around and change. And but Hima says God is looking at itself through my eyes, or through its eyes, at itself through my eyes, which means through its own eyes. It's very nice actually. Just like this, I say, no, I say God instead, and you'll see the false becomes very clear very soon, and the true just rings true.
And share your idea then?
Yes.
This life.
It's like
This life is yours.
Samba says the idea that she picks is the one which says this life is yours. See, so this is surrender. Very beautiful. Very nice killer idea. No? Kills other concepts very easily because the mind comes and says, but what about this? Take it up with my father. My life is his. What about this? Take it up.
And you can't think about like anything belongs to you. If you think that anything belongs to you, then it's like you have to question whose life is this and whose.
Exactly. See it in the mind.
I don't know what
See. You just said. Can't take anything onto yourself.
Yeah, it's just like I just can't remember what it is. Just like it makes you question, like if you were taking anything like personally or something, it would make you question like whose life is this? Yes. How does it belong to you? And nothing can be mine.
And Claire says her idea is come back here. Is that it? Come back here. Oh, okay, just to bring yourself back here. I see. And it's like, God, where are you going? Come back here. Just here, yes. Pratna says, don't believe your next thought. Nitya says, I love Om Namah Shivaya and who am I? Can we make a concession of two for you? Yes, with these you can. With these you can. Claire says, here-ness, yes, here-ness. That is how satsang is different from most other situations in this realm. In most other situations in this realm, you're given concepts which then breed other concepts. They just breed other concepts. Concepts, more. Before you know it, it's full. Any economics, mathematics, physics, biology, chemistry, any subject, you start and it just goes on and on and on. But satsang is different. Because satsang, if you take one of these, they are atomic in their power. They just blow up, they detonate all of the concepts and ideas. They will cook the perfect one for me and not choosing. Aparna says it's all a dream.
What works here is especially because here, like a lot of time, like a lot of concepts keep running around, and it's just, can I be anything that is known by me?
Can I be anything that is known by me? Very good.
Yeah, it stops. But then I should also say that it comes back.
Yes, yes, yes.
It's like the oscillation that goes on.
Yes, but let's identify what comes back.
It's just the same, like the noise.
Yes. And the noise coming back is trouble, or picking it up is trouble.
Picking it up.
So some picking up comes back. That's why it's conditioning. That's why I've been saying so often that it's not usual that the moment of recognition is also the moment of the end of conditioning for most. For some who have, usually, in spite of the recognition which is present for so many of you, this conditioning keeps coming back, which means what? Just these concepts which still seems to have some juice, get some belief.
It's mostly here like this, not being a person, because everybody around, like it's just this sense of I'm not actually here, existing as somebody. And that's what is checked every single time. If I am somebody here, then where am I? I'm not
Yes,
somebody. I'm not.
exactly.
I cannot be an entity.
Is it on? Can you hear what she's saying? So, okay, we're just changing the battery. See? Is to try and locate, to find the location of this presumed person. Where am I?
Like,
Cannot
no person,
exactly.
but like since it's been a habit, the wanting to like be in a like, kind of sense, like I'm form. It's not true. That's what goes on. Sometimes I even like if there's a doubt here, then I look at there. Like, sometimes the mind's very like active, and then I just look at another body, and I'm like, there's nobody there. Like, it's so obvious. Like, it's so obvious. It's just, it's no, but like, it's not like there's somebody
inside. Yes. There's nobody inside the body.
No.
Yes.
But it continues. I'm not like denying that.
Yes.
It's just, and that is frustrating to the mind. And I've been trying to see.
Okay, so is the frustration with the identity helpful to the truth or helpful to the identity?
Helpful to the truth.
Frustration?
Yeah, because then something else is look deeper because it's so like.
Okay, if it's like this, it's okay. But usually what happens is we make this frustrated, guilty one out of ourselves. And that becomes like a comfort zone. You see, it becomes a part of the seeker itself.
Here it's intolerable. Like even this today, I've been like, seems like an oscillation going on, but then that is also known by me.
Yes.
So there's a sense that really, again, I'm coming back to the same point, Father, like, because there's a sense that the true position was here, and then again, like going back to noise. But then, who knows that the true position was here? Like, is that really true that there was a true position? Like, I don't want to say I was in the true position because again, like, so that there's where the doubt comes because if the oscillation is seen, then
yes, and this that knows it is not oscillating.
No.
So this one that is aware of the oscillation, does even the concept of conditioning apply to that? No.
Nothing. Rather, like it's clear that it's very clear that even like in this moment, whatever the mind is saying is just going on like energetic. Nothing is really happening.
Yes.
To anybody. I don't know how this magic works. I have no idea. Like it's. But then when the sense of individuality comes, which comes every like few days here and a few days there.
It's not bad every few days.
Like
that might be better than me.
That's what like the frustrated seeker comes into picture. Like I don't want to check again. This one, and I see it, but it's just another thought.
I also want so.
Yeah, because there's a sense that, and again, in that same one, that feels like I don't want to believe. The same loop goes on here, and then something deepens.
I feel that one is, I don't want to inquire. You see? It's like the badge or the sheriff's badge of the identity. You see? Because now the mind also knows. When this inquiry comes, then it's game over. And I don't know when I'll get some room again. When I get some belief again, then it comes out saying this, I don't want to inquire. Even says, yeah, I've seen it all. I don't need to inquire anymore.
That doesn't happen yet. Somehow there's no choice. Like it just almost all day get a chance to just sit down. So I don't know what's going on here, but when I sit and I look, everything just quiets like, and it's very clear that it's just even the presence is phenomenal.
Imagine if you sat and you looked and everything became so noisy.
But it gets noisy when I'm up and running. And I feel like the mind is taking this up as another story. Yeah. And I can see it saying it like, so now when you're sitting and looking, then everything is quiet.
But who's saying it should only be quiet?
problem. Again, the same thing like crossing the traffic.
Exactly. Sometimes no traffic on this road, sometimes lots of traffic. It matters only if you want to cross the road. But if there's nowhere to go, then let there be.
Anytime you ask, there's something actually about it.
Okay. So you have no idea of the outcome. You're not trying to get anywhere. Yes? Nowhere to go. Very good. Now there is a road in front of you. You see? Now this road sometimes has just one car, three cars, you're just sitting there. You have nowhere to go. How does it matter how many cars?
So even if belief goes,
Yeah.
it's like every single time say, I don't know if it's going or not.
Okay, there are two layers to this. One is the looking at the cars, which is the attention.
Yeah, and
Yes.
then
So if attention goes, it's okay. You can see all the different types of cars. So on. The trouble is when you say, I want this one, I have to cross, or this is not nice. It's too much. When we start making interpretations and judgments, believing them.
probably that's what's going on. Something does happen there energetically also that it gets very.
Yes, but let's say energetic movement also part of the traffic. Yeah. So all that is moving is traffic. All that is changing is traffic. You see? Now there is no concept of believing or not believing the appearance itself. It's only the interpretation of it which can get our belief. So as long as we're not buying the interpretation of it, no trouble. And if you're not trying to cross the road, then it doesn't matter how much traffic is there. That's the beauty about transcending. The transcending is not the crossing through of all of this muck. It is allowing the muck to come and go. Because the usual idea is that I have to swim through all of this and come to the other shore. Then it matters how dirty the water is. If I'm already at my destination, how does it matter how mucky the river is? And you have never left the destination. Okay, there are two of you who are sitting on the side of the road. One is just sitting and one is commenting and interpreting and getting troubled by every car that is coming. So that is the pre-satsang view, and the second one is the first one is the post-satsang view. That's the only change. To change, the traffic doesn't have to stop. You don't have to cross. Nothing has to happen. One is just content with allowing the cars to come and go, and one has to judge everything, interpret everything that is happening.
I wouldn't say I'm one still.
So as these interpretations and judgments are being dropped, that is the dropping of all of these conditioning. So the recognition that I don't have to go anywhere, I'm already that, is very helpful also for us to drop the interpretation. But just because you recognize once that you don't have to go anywhere, it can be very freeing. But doesn't mean that the interpretive mind will stop or our belief will stop.
Yeah, it can. I mean, it doesn't matter what it says, but what can be bought is like the moods are mostly grumpy at home, like a heavy face. So I don't know what. someone can say like,
you have a grumpy face club.
I think it's mostly because there's still like a sense of doership here. Like I have to do. Have to do something for my freedom, even though it seems like nothing can be done or nothing needs to be done.
But you see that this idea is false, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes. So if it is seen, then it will be dropped. It might not go right away.
That was given a lot of like energy that it has to not believe thoughts. Like that sense of unsettling, like every time a thought comes, it's not always, but again, like when it oscillates, it goes into this mode.
Yes. So the final thought also has to be thrown away. So no thorn you will carry, including all the pointings itself which you used.
Like what's seen here is even mental understanding is like who needs to understand anything?
Yeah.
There is no need to know or understand or believe in a certain way. But none of this makes any sense. I have to say
Devika said, so much fear comes up here, then I run away from the fear. Then I feel like a leaf blown on the breeze and not in a good way. Yes. Okay, so fear comes. And how do we run from it? You unmute your mic. Let's hear.
I feel like I run away in thoughts.
Yes. Yes. That is the only escape, isn't it? So when this fear is coming, it is this fear of dissolution of what we have considered ourselves to be. So this fear can come. And just looking together at this fear, this primal escape to a thought. It's very subtle. It's not something that we can just talk to our friends and family about, because they will wonder what we are speaking, isn't it? But here you see it, that in this emptiness, there can be a certain sense of wobbliness that comes. And very quickly the interpretations can come from the mind. And they can be very innocent sounding ears. It could even be something like, okay, let me just check my email because we too. You see? But that itself, you escaped from your emptiness in this. And that's why having the presence of a living teacher is so important, because he or she says that I'm with you, I'm holding your hand through this, nothing, I know what it was like. So in the dropping of these crutches, it feels like we need the support of somebody holding on to us so we don't fall. But actually we are truly, truly discovering our freedom to fly in this. So that's why I feel that caterpillar and butterfly example is very beautiful. I'm sure the caterpillar, if it was like us, it would feel a lot of fear in the cocoon. What's happening? The body is changing. What are these things coming out of me?
it's a control thing as well, Father. It's like I feel, and maybe the base of it all is a fear of dissolution, because I feel like I need to control everything in my life, and everything outside of my life, everything in the wider world, and with my children and my husband and my family, and it's just it's never ending, obviously, and I feel like I'm going a bit crazy with it all.
New heart on you. You remember that video? The new heart? No? So, so you say, I have this sense to control my life, my family, my this. And then I say, stop it. And then the one stop it? How do I stop it? What do you mean stop it? No, we don't go there. Just stop it. I'll send it to you again. It's pretty good, no? It's simple. That's one thing. I'll just catch up with all the chat. Claire also said fear here too, all relating to thoughts about should, must, shouldn't, must. I'll lay them all at your feet, beloved. Thank you. Yes, these shoulds, coulds, mustn't, all of this. Thank you. Nice expansion for fear. She says fear stands for when we experience fear, then this is a nice concept to face the fear with, which is face everything and rise. And Devika said, I feel I have to control these fears, that I have to control my life. So much need to control everything. Stop it. And Claire said, I have nowhere to go. So beautiful. Thank you. Batima says, thank you so much, dear Ananta and Sangha. I have to go now. Okay. Devika says, in mathematics, we would call this an elegant solution in quotes. Now, just now, Ishwari had said something in the other chat. She said, just now and don't believe your next thought, which are the pointers that she's holding on to. Just this now. You cannot truly say anything about yourself. You actually don't know anything about anything. And if we don't know anything about anything, this is freedom. It is this, these ideas we have, which are make believe prison. Like this idea is so popular, isn't it? I have to control my life. So popular. This is why this is magic. I cannot find. Where I am, I don't know. What this life is, how it functions, nothing we know. We somehow feel this non-existent one has to control life. We don't know 10 seconds later what is going to happen. Even 1 second later, we don't know what's going to happen. But I have to control my future, you see, my 5-year plan. Where am I headed? Where are you in the first place? Let's find that and then we figure where you're headed. Which way is your head? Your real head. This one we cannot find head or toe. We can't find any evidence of the existence of this one. But this one has to control life. And it's such a popular idea, one of the most popular concepts in this world. Is that we have to plan our life, control our life. Even the twig that we feel we can use to control the flow of this river, this twig also we cannot find. And still we keep trying. What you are in reality is not even here in this realm. You can say the realm is within you. You cannot truly say that you are within this realm. You can say that the realm is made up of you, but you cannot say you are just a mere object in this realm. Inside the body, I don't find I. Outside the body, I don't find I. And then this non-existent one uh, can do something in this realm. How? This feels mind feels that it can just think its way out of this. Just going to think. Okay, Maria wanted to say something. She can say.
In fact, I don't want to say nothing. It's a variable missing of control.
Control.
It's like falling, but holding on. I want to be free of this. I don't know what he's trying to. I think it's just happened in the shadow. I just let it burning up. Somehow I can be aware of what is happening.
You're trying to control life?
I cannot anymore.
You know this?
In this moment, I'm feeling that it's happened by itself, but it's so difficult. And what comes this idea?
You have no control over your sense of control?
What is burning is the sense I could have control, and it's so painful in the body. And it's
what it means, sense of
unbearable.
control? What does it mean, sense of control?
This, for me, it's coming like if I could be here in this place without any time until it ends. It was not so.
If I can be in this place
until the process ends, or
Until
let allow completely the control to go and let it burn, it was not so painful. But there are this idea that Satsang will come out, and I will continue like the last weeks, feeling this burning so painfully. And in the weekend, I must prepare my bags to go to Portugal. And if I go like this, and if it happened in the plane, and so it seems that I will not be in a safe place. It seems that it comes strong, this sensation of up all the time when you go out or after in the street. When I'm yesterday, I was waiting for lunch and some vomits, real vomits, came in the gardens again. And it will happen now. I was in this and she came and it will happen in this plane. And I know that our memories about my birth, but this is nothing, just a story. Yes. So I want to be free of this burning, and I don't know if to talk to you is also trying to have some control. Yeah. It was better just let it burn, because it's some stress also that is here. It was also my fear.
Okay, what can you control right now?
Just I cannot believe these thoughts about it will happen without support. Yeah. If not control is the only thing that makes me feel more safe. You are with me anyway. If I will be alone in the street, in the plane, because it's scared, it's stressed.
Then that's all you need.
Yes.
If that is already
control,
there.
But allow the control to go. Or this burning to happen and to trust, because I know I'm not allowed. Just I want it to be more easy. So there are some times it's burning and I want.
And that which is with you never underestimate that one.
Get what is with
that which is with you, you say that you are always with me. So that which is with you, never underestimate that one. Because there is nothing more powerful in this realm. And that is not Ananta, I have to say, but it is what Ananta represents for you, which is your own presence. So, this that is speaking here is your own presence, and Ananta is just a representative of your own presence. So, that which is with you, there is nothing stronger and holier than that in the whole world. And it can never leave you. As long as this world is there, your holy presence is there. And you are recognizing this for yourself. These are not just mere words now.
Somehow there are some. Sometimes I think it's not good. Also when I say I need your body to save my body. Then I like this idea. Perhaps I don't desire. I don't know. Yeah.
This body doesn't know anything at all.
Yes.
This body doesn't know anything.
No, it's an excuse. I wanted to save me. I love it. At first, I want your love. I need your love.
This body doesn't know how to give love.
Yes, I'm waiting.
This body is just a bundle of flesh and blood and bones. What does it know about love and joy and peace?
I'm here to learn. In my heart, I know that I believe I'm trusting you to learn.
You can even feel like
it seems wants to buy some time, and it's so obvious that I don't talking to you like as a person. Okay. I you now. I'm gonna be in my crucifixion.
she's happier. She's happiest on the cross.
In the crucifixion, like this around. So it's not like my mind wants. Okay. It's so painful. In the body, just in the body.
It'll get
You
better.
feel all of this fun.
It'll get better. It'll get better.
Okay, fine.
Okay, so this point that I've been making, that just right now, all about the right now, and know that I'm not speaking like mostly when in the world we're talking about now we're talking about the content of the appearance. I'm not speaking about the content of the appearance. I'm just saying that in this moment, you are aware of your own existence. You are tasting your own presence. And there is nothing personal about this presence. All sensations and sounds and everything is being experienced. And still no person. Therefore, we don't need to get rid of a person. It is just recognize that there is no person. And because we have this power of belief, we can believe it into presumed existence. So that's all that is happening. We all see this. I can repeat many times. I'm happy to do it. For the next 10 years, I can just keep repeating this point. Because this is the crux of what I'm talking about. Just now, you are aware of your own existence. And there is existence. You're tasting your own presence, and no person is here. All appearances are coming, sensations, sounds, everything, and still no person. It's only the power of belief which brings this non existent one into its presumed existence. That's all that is happening. You see this? That's all that needs to be seen. I am aware of my existence. Don't take on any role. Don't take on any intention. Don't take on any journey. Whatever the mind is saying, let it go. Whatever feelings are coming, let them come. Stay for as long as they like and go. No pulling, no pushing. Some fear can come. Let it also come. Don't buy any story about this fear. Don't buy any escape from this situation. Allow everything to play itself out. This is the true meaning of be quiet. Whether your mind is screaming or whispering, let it go. Hello. Okay, so Anil is asking some question. He says, I want to ask about my son. What is my responsibility for him? He did his BTech in ECE and then did a job for 4 years. Now he has quit his job to play the guitar. Even then, he is not happy. He is 27 years. It's good sometimes to also look at these questions with integrity and not just try to Advaita them away. Because I know, you know that this is specific to the role as a father, and it can be a very dominant role in our lives. It can be father, like most of you also call me father. So, what is the role? And if there's a sense of playing the role, then how must the role be played? I feel that we must not shy away from speaking what we feel is in the best interest of the children. And with your children, you will find that automatically, even when you're angry with them, irritated with them, or upset with them, it is impossible not to love them, isn't it? So the presence of the love is automatically there in all the interaction. But what is important is, and this is the parent trap, which is that many parents in the world are trying to are trying to relive their life vicariously through their children. So you must just be a little vigilant for this. And after keeping this aspect aside, if you feel that there is some clarity about what you feel is in the best interest of the son, then I feel that you must share. It doesn't have to always become a confrontation. You know, all of us have been in father-son relationships, and uh, even in my teenage years and later years after that, it was always that if my father tried to give me some advice, it very quickly turned into a confrontation. Hey, I'll do what I want. No, who are you to tell me? It became strict. So now, as a father to a teenager, I feel like I'm learning from those experiences and seeing how I can get to some common ground of communication and how I can share things and how I can be open to what he is feeling. So anytime, and I see with my son very often when I tell him, what about this? Have you looked at this? He will want to react. I say, okay, if you're done with your reaction, can you tell me what is really going on with you? What are you feeling? What is it that you feel I'm not understanding? Let's communicate better. And I feel like we've been able to get to some common ground where we find some way to communicate with each other. So just like this, carrying this intent in heart that is the best interest of our son that we have in our heart, and not trying to live up to some projections that we are trying to get them to fulfill. Empty of that. That's why I feel satsang is very helpful in this kind of situation. Because I truly feel that when I'm interacting with my son now, I can feel like I can be as empty as possible of my projections of him, how I would like him to lead his life, to be empty of those projections, and to be able to just communicate. At least this is my testimony. You'll have to ask him what he feels. But I feel it's very helpful that if we can be free from our ideas and projections of their lives, and just be available for them to share with them, and yet not just only be, oh, I'm just going to be a best friend. If there is clarity about what we feel is best, if it seems clear intuitively that that seems like it is the best advice that you must give, then that must find expression through your mouth as well. I had another friend, actually, a very close friend of mine. She said, I wanted to speak to my brother because, and he was maybe similar, maybe even older, actually, 30 or something. And he quit his job. Same, it's reminding me of the same story, actually. He quit his job, and she said that he's lost in his career, and I wanted to give him some career advice. So he came to me, and I was ready to have that career conversation, because I had had it a few times in my job earlier. So I was ready for the career conversation. What you want to do, what you like about work, and he said, "No, I don't want to do anything like this. I just want to play the guitar." And I remember feeling a bit, like taking a back step. It was the first time I had a conversation like that, and it was very helpful even here to see that it was like this. And then I said, "Are you good at it?" And then he said, "Well, not really." This is what I want to learn. So I said, "Do you have that? Has life created that runway for you to be able to have that space and learn, and make a living? Because especially in India, it's not easy to make money being a musician and things like this." So we just had a chat like this, very casual, nothing Advaita, nothing satsang about it. Just we had a chat, and he sort of said, "Okay, I feel like I learn in my extra time, but I feel like I have to take care of the family and these things also." So he then looked for another job and found it. I'm not saying it had to turn out that way, or I'm suggesting that pathway or some, but also we must be open to. We must hear him play the guitar. You must give feedback if it's good or bad, or what you feel about it. We must not shy away from what we feel is true, and yet be empty of our projection. Being empty of projections, helpful for every relationship. That's true. It's very good. I often take this example, isn't it? That just maybe a year and a half or 2 years ago, it was Garima who said that, why you behave with me like this? If it was somebody who would come to satsang, would you have this kind of response to her? And I noticed there was something in what she said. You see, I was coming from the husband identity. So these things we have to constantly look at and to see that where are we, what is the position we are taking. And I feel that that was a very helpful conversation for us to have. And although I can't say that the husband identity is completely dropped, I feel that after that, in the spotting of it, a large percentage of the dropping of it can happen. And the other day, maybe it was after Satsang that we were speaking about auspicious relationships. And this came up that an auspicious relationship should be so spacious and open, almost like you have a relationship with air. I know it sounds a bit utopian, even here, but is it? But there's, can I say? But we're just talking about the relationship things, and you know that Petri and Amba are in a relationship now. Now, just telling them that your relationship, just from at least from here, it looks like it's a relationship of air with air. I don't find any, you see, I don't see any sort of personal identity interacting in that way. Sure, some of it plays out when they're alone together, but I find very auspicious in what I see. Just so open and spacious. Little bit masala, of course, every relationship needs. Otherwise, what's the point? I feel that if you don't have ideas about how something should be, then it allows a lot of spontaneity in the expression. So we have a song. Last time Devika was singing something very beautiful and our internet cut off, so maybe she can sing that and then we can have another. Can't sing? With people? Okay, we'll try here. She says being in relationship is blessed or not being in. Aparna. She says, is being in a relationship a blessing or not being? Either can be. It depends. Isn't it? So I used to say, isn't it, that I used to say that for me, when someone comes and says, bless this relationship, I say, bless you, may it bring all auspiciousness. And someone says, oh, we broke up, and I say, okay, bless the breakup also, may it bring all auspiciousness. Because the truest is the recognition and the discovery of the self, the realization of the self. The rest is spouse relationship, is it? Father son, husband wife, girlfriend boyfriend. All these relationships can come and go, but we cannot carry a relationship. It is not eternal. Only the one self. So that which aids the recognition of the self is auspicious. Okay.
Father,
Yes. Yes.
a small question, Father.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, Father, in Bhagavad Gita, Shri Krishna says that whatever has happened, whatever is happening,
Wish I was a Gita
and
scholar, but okay, I'll try.
okay, and whatever would happen is all for your good. So, Father, is
Yes.
it true?
Yes. Yes. Because what is the best thing that can happen? The best thing that can happen in this life is the recognition of the self, the realization of the self. You see? Now, what happens is that when we get attached to the outer world, then after the momentary pleasure from that is gone, it is bound to bring us to some suffering, and that suffering makes us question who we are. I found only very rarely those who have not suffered questioning who they are. Sometimes they are suffering just from the urge of this question, who am I? You see, but that is also rare. But usually it is those who have been slapped around by life who have come to this understanding that this world and the objects of this world are not getting me to this peace and joy and contentment. My relationships, my body, my material possessions, you see, is not getting to this. And this creates openness. This creates openness. So in this way it is helpful. Then after you have the urge for self-discovery, then everything that happens in our life can actually be used for our inquiry, isn't it? You see? So say someone said this to me, someone did this to me. You see? It is an opportunity to ask, who is this me that is suffering? Who am I? Or an opportunity to surrender, to see how true our surrender is. You see, surrender would be so easy if only good things came. Yes, yes, thank you, Father. So nice. Thank you. Yes, yes, thank you. You're so good. I found the cheat code to life. I just told Father once I surrender to you, and look at now, life. You see, everything is so good. It would be so easy if it was like that, isn't it? But would that be helpful for our discovery? No. You just become arrogant and complacent. You just get stuck in the identity again. So, once our urge is for freedom, then everything that arises then is useful for us to inquire or to really test our surrender and to really help us to surrender even those ideas, those concepts which are so true or so close to us, true sounding. So many times you'll find that the minute you utter the words I surrender, even inside, you find that life comes in a very strong way. Shakes about everything. Oh, you surrender? Let me see. It shakes you out. And for a while, it feels like you've been shaken, you've been turned upside down, you've been shaken like this, and you still have to keep saying, "Oh, I surrender even this. I surrender even this." So then, if our urge is for self-discovery, then these situations which can seem like suffering, then we inquire into them. Or if we are more devotional in temperament, then we truly surrender. So in that way, everything that is coming is ultimately helpful for us. Before the urge for self-discovery, it makes us open to who we are. And after the urge for self-discovery is here, it gives us so many opportunities to confirm our inquiry as well as to surrender all that we presume to have some control over. I don't know exactly what Krishna meant, but at least this is the way I hear it when I hear you say. So if you're carrying a me around, then what is better for you? If you're carrying a me around, then what is better for you? That the me gets smashed about a bit, isn't it? Ultimately, that's better. I know nobody enjoys it. I didn't enjoy it when it was happening here. But now looking back, you can see it was so auspicious. You see? And if you're feeling like you're starting to see the reality of this me, then life continues to give us inquire to drop this me and to surrender all ideas about this me. But the me cannot find lasting peace and joy and happiness in this world. That much is for certain. So if it is the me that is asking, is this world helpful for me? Then no. It is helpful for you to dissolve. Depends on your perspective. That's why satsang can also be a very frustrating experience for this me. Especially because you can feel like the first few times when you come, you feel some love, some peace, some joy. And you feel like you're getting somewhere now. In the next satsang, I will get it. In the next satsang, I will get it. In the next satsang, I will get it. It just doesn't happen. Because what is being tried is the removal of this idea of I. But if you still come with the perspective, I will get it, I will get it, then what's happening is that you reinforce the idea, I will get it, and in satsang, this idea is getting frustrated, is getting squeezed, just so that it can be pushed out. So there comes a point many times in satsang where it feels like, Ananta, what am I really doing here? I've just been wasting my time actually. It felt good initially, that's why I started to come. But you have not done anything for me. I'm just not getting it. What's the point? And many have got upset with me like this. See, it's been a while since that happened. I should invite these. So this is bound to happen because, and actually, I'm happy with these interactions when they are genuine and full of integrity because then we can truly question what is it that you really want? What is it that you really want? Is freedom just an idea for you which makes you feel like I, as a person, will have a very good life after that? And we cannot offer that kind of freedom. The freedom that is on offer here is the freedom that you get once you see a true mirror to see what you truly are, and to see that that which you truly are is not bound in this realm of suffering. So we have no solutions for the person here. All of us must just look at this question. What do I really want in satsang or in life? And if there's a personal idea that you're buying, then I would say inquire into who is it that has this desire. And let your desire for freedom be your final desire. At least final serious desire. I can truly say that the last thing I seriously desired was freedom. Then all the other desires are just trivial. Devika said, my auspicious relationship, great deal of love, and the most tremendous fuel for self-inquiry too. It's auspicious in this way. I was an atheist when I got married. Most of you know that. Marissa has a question. She says, "Good morning, Ananta. Question: Is the subject I experience, see, sense, my unique self, individual consciousness, and not God directly? When I contemplate on this, I'm not sure. When you say the subject I experience, can you say that it has the attribute which is presence? If it has this attribute, which you can say, I can sense my presence, then this is the sense I am. The I am, which in the Bible is God said, I am that I am. So in this way, we call it God. But the definition is not really that important. See, so this is consciousness or beingness. If you're talking about that which has no attribute, not even presence, awareness, the witnessing itself, knowingness itself, which you cannot say anything really about. If this is what you experience yourself to be, then this is what is before even I am, that which we refer to here as the self. Then you used a term which was individual consciousness. Now, when you look at this consciousness, you find that there is nothing individual about it, there is nothing personal about it. In fact, it is seen that all experiencing, all sensations, this realm, and everything in this realm are within this being itself. So, if it still feels individual, try to find its boundaries. See if there is something outside of this. And you will find that this is the one being. There is nothing individual about it. Happy you're coming here and we can look at this question together also. And Shivani also says, feels like this here too, auspiciously. Oh, about that air with air. Okay, I have to see the both of you together before I can give you the certificate. Thank you all so much for being in Satsang today. Sadhguru Sri Mujiji ki Jai.
Sadhguru Sri Nand Ji ki Jai.